I had a chance to react yesterday to the Luka Doncic trade for Anthony Davis. Doncic goes to the Lakers. 31-year-old Davis goes to the Mavericks. And I had a lot of feelings off the bat on it. I almost didn't believe that it happened. It was in the middle of the night when I saw it, so it was somewhat late. But Luka Doncic traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. In my head, that's stupid. It's dumb. For years, I worked on this radio station where people said for years, trade Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown for Anthony Davis. And if you woke up today and heard the news that they traded Jason Tatum for Anthony Davis, you all would lose your minds. You would lose your minds. My first reaction was I couldn't believe it. My second reaction, and I've been as consistent on this as anyone, I have said that teams have tapped out when it comes to the Celtics. And Boston once again, has made a team tap out after playing the Celtics. You can go back to all of them. Whether it's the Brooklyn Big Three when the Celtics eliminated Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and James Harden. They eliminated them, ended that one. The Harden 76ers ended them too. Right? All the Eastern Conference teams a year ago, Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Halliburton, didn't even want to play. Injured, but didn't play. Fact, that happened. And then the Miami Heat and the Jimmy Butler saga. Butler had their numbers for years. Now, he's tapping out. They're tapping out. And this weekend, the Dallas Mavericks have moved on from their best player. I'll fully admit, Luka Doncic was exposed defensively for his defense in the NBA Finals. And I personally just thought he needed support. The other thing is, to be consistent, we said the same things about a 25-year-old Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. We used to use the narrative all the time that these guys don't win until they're like 26, 27 years old. So I'm just being consistent on that one. He was exposed. So what do they do this offseason? They add Klay Thompson, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in history and pretty decent defender. I know he's somewhat now on the back nine. They still have Kyrie Irving there. A lot of their young players like Lively and et cetera got better. They got better. That's what happened. They bolstered their team. They went for another run, but they pulled the plug. They moved on from a 25-year-old top 5 player in the league who was up for the Supermax. This guy was a 5-time All-NBA player. We get excited, and Celtics fans talk about it when Jason Tatum becomes All-NBA. This guy did it 5 times. He's 25 years old, just went to an NBA Finals. The Mavericks traded the player, once again, who's a 5-time NBA, All-NBA, 25 years old. It cost him $116 million. And to me, this has nothing to do with basketball. You can talk about his weight. You can talk about his conditioning. You can talk about his defense. I don't care. I don't care if he smoked a pack of cigarettes during every game. I don't care if he ate a sandwich on the sideline. You were relevant because of Luka Doncic. You were relevant when you passed the torch from Dirk Nowitzki. You stayed relevant. When you really think about the Dallas Mavericks, they moved on from Kristaps Porzingis. They traded Jalen Brunson, who became an MVP candidate. But he still wanted to stay there. And then, when they got worse, he brought them to the NBA Finals. Conditioning, his weight, defense. I don't buy it. For a 31-year-old Anthony Davis who's 50 in dog years? And don't get me wrong, I'm not letting Anthony Davis off the hook on this one. Great player. Had a 5-year run with the Lakers and won a championship. That's good. I'm going to put respect on his name. He's a damn good player who faced injuries his entire career. In the last couple of years, he's been healthy. And this year, he was the Lakers' best player. But to go from Luka Doncic, 25, to Anthony Davis, 31, bad basketball decision. And the general manager didn't even do any sort of research on teams that could be available? You didn't even put the guy on the market? Who are you? Who are you not offering him to the league, having a bidding war? They could have got 2 first-round picks from the Lakers, but they just took the one. They just settled for the one. I'll say it again. Anthony Davis' run with the Lakers was a success. You win a championship, I don't care if it's in the bubble. He was a big part of it, and he's a big part of why the Lakers are even really where they are, because it's not LeBron James. The Lakers are back, everyone. They're back. Getting Luka Doncic, they'll now have a long-term answer. They'll save $116 million. I think he'll make it elsewhere being in LA. I think he'll be just fine. But the Dallas Mavericks, you go back to the island of irrelevancy. Claiming that you're going to win by defense in this NBA when everyone's shooting 53s a game? Good luck. And to find out Luka Doncic just bought a house in Dallas, they trot him out there on National Texas Day, and they trade him that day? Oh, and how did they show up in the first game after the trade? Yeah, I guess they're really taking it well. And the fans, let me tell you, they paid $3,000 to get a casket delivered to bring to the stadium so they can mourn the loss of Luka Doncic. So tell me how that one's working out. Here's the reality of it. They're using Luka Doncic conditioning, weight, age, Supermax, all those things as a reason not to pay him long term. Now, there may be some people who look at it and say, oh, he's not in the greatest physical shape. Who wants to pay Supermax for a guy like that? I'm sure there's some business people like that. Just look at your favorite teams locally here when the best player moves on. When Tom Brady left the Patriots, how they doing? When Mookie Betts got traded to the Dodgers, how are the Red Sox doing? And I'll just throw this one out there just because it fits my argument. You moved on from Linus Allmark, who was a Vezina winner. And how do the Bruins' defense and goaltending look? When you move on from your star players, and Allmark's not one of those, I'm just fitting my argument, you get worse. This isn't an upgrade. This is a way to save a buck. That's what it is. And realistically, a lot of these NBA players have had control. LeBron James had control. He could go to Miami if he wanted. He could go back to the Cavs. And if he wanted to go to the Lakers, he can. And if he wants to opt in next year at $52 million, he can. But the rest of these guys, I'm sure a lot of people will say that Dallas Mavericks screwed Luka Doncic. In a way, Luka Doncic, with his conditioning, gave the team a chance for Luka to screw Luka on the Supermax. That happened. Now, what does this mean for other teams around the NBA? When the Supermax comes up, are they going to look at these people long term? Is the deal worth the length of the deal? Is the player going to be good the length of the deal? Forget about the rest of the league. How does all this translate now to the Boston Celtics, who have a new ownership group coming in? You buy the team right now, it's $6 billion. Add the $500 million with the tax, 6.5. Where's your revenue coming in from? The trade deadline's just a few days away. I don't expect the Celtics to do anything. But in a year from now, when new ownership comes through, because I'll tell you, Mark Cuban said he'd rather get a divorce from his wife than trade Luka Doncic. He didn't even want to comment on it when other people talked about it. He wouldn't have let him go. The rest of the league was shocked. Kevin Durant, during the game, was shocked in talking about it on his own team's sideline. This was a move for ownership to try to get control, and that's exactly what this is. A lot of these players can choose where they want. Next year, you know what's going to happen? You know who the big winner in all this is? And it's sickening? Kyrie Irving. Because he's going to stick around in Dallas. And he's going to get an extension at whatever, mid-30s and whatever he is. But he'll still continue to get his money. Jimmy Butler, if he gets traded, will have a chance at $52 million next year. The numbers are getting too high. The players had control for years. Now, the owners are starting to take control. It happens in the NFL constantly. It hit the NBA this week. The Mavericks star player now goes to the LA Lakers, and I'm sure they're not done yet, the Lakers. And when Luka Doncic is healthy, they become now a threat in the Western Conference. And when we talk about new ownership coming through and changes ahead here for the Boston Celtics, could the Celtics make a move with one of their stars because of salary cap and control? If you like that clip, check out more videos from my show, The Joe Murray Show, here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist.